Hello boys and girls, how is everybody doing? It is the JMPDoubleX here with another Destiny 2 video for you. Today's video is going to be on the Sacred Provenance. Now I know provenance and prominence, they sound exactly the same, but they're completely different. And when I looked up the two, I was a little disappointed, but I still wanted to add that clip from my hero. Bear with me. But my boys, this pulse rifle has been in Destiny 2 for a long time now, since the Garden of Salvation. That is how you obtain it, in the Garden of Salvation. But Bungie recently, with this season, reintroduced the Garden of Salvation weapons with revamped perks. Basically brand new perks and new origin traits, and you are able to craft them now. And when I saw the perk lineup, I was actually really excited because you were able to get high caliber rounds. And you guys know me, high caliber rounds on a crafted weapon, especially on a pulse rifle, is just a must for me. So I tried it out in the PvP, got myself over 300 Crucible kills within a few hours of playing PvP, and what I thought was gonna be a really nasty weapon, which I mean is really good weapon, turned to be somewhat of a mid weapon, but still, regardless, for the perks. Now for the perks on the weapon, this time around I'm gonna go with them pretty quickly because, you know, we're 10 years into Destiny 2 already, and I'm pretty sure 99% of you guys already know what these perks do. Photo inhibition, holy crap. Now the origin trait is a brand new perk, and it's actually pretty damn decent in PvE, but in PvP I didn't really notice it all that much. But basically for PvE, it disorients enemies when you break their shields, and if you have a matching element to the enemy shield, it'll also disorient nearby enemies, which is pretty damn nice for PvE. We have enhanced Headseeker and we have enhanced rapid hit. One of the great things about Headseeker on this 4-round burst is even if you land a body shot, it's still gonna be a 2-shot kill in the PvPs because of that headshot multiplier. And since it is a 4-round burst, that rapid hit is gonna be proccing almost instantly upon those headshots, so you can get those stacks of stats quickly. And we also have high caliber rounds for the flinch. You guys know me, flinch in the PvP, absolutely crazy. We have arrowhead break for the barrel for the recoil direction, and we have a stability masterwork, and we have slapped on the ballistics mod that gives us range and stability. All of that together makes the weapon pretty damn decent stat wise, and it feels okay, but those are the perks. Now like I mentioned earlier in the video, that the Sacred Provenance is basically, this is the first time me using it in the PvP. I never actually got one back in the past when I used to do Garden of Salvation. And before I got this beauty, I looked at the perk lineups and I was like, god damn, you know, this thing looks pretty damn solid. It has a nice TTK at 0.73 on a 2 burst, has pretty damn nice range. But the only thing that I don't like about this weapon is its handling. And for some reason, while me using this weapon in PvP, I just couldn't perform as efficiently versus other pulse rifles that I've used in the past. I don't know what it was, but my perk combination was solid, but it just felt kind of weird. You know, I have high caliber rounds on this thing, but I was smack motherfuckers in the PvP, and it felt like they weren't really taking that much flinch. Considering this is a 4-round burst and you're getting shot with 4 bullets at a time, you would imagine that you're getting flinched like a motherfucker, but for some reason, the motherfuckers I was shooting weren't really getting flinch all that much. Plus, the nasty handling that this weapon has, it just felt really clunky for me to use, and I started disliking the weapon the more I used it. And the crazy thing was that I was actually excited to use this weapon because of its perk combos. But after experiencing this weapon in PvP firsthand now, I don't really like this weapon. It's a kind of a disappointment because I was really excited for it. But in the PvPs, I wanted to just stop using this weapon. But you know, I got myself a lot of footage on this weapon, and I told myself that I needed to get some goddamn gameplay for it, obviously, so I could make a video. But within these matches, I actually switched Headseeker because I felt like it wasn't really doing much. I mean, Headseeker, don't get me wrong, it's a really great perk in PvP. For pulse rifles, you can get those easy 2 bursts even if you land a body shot or 2, but I switched Headseeker for kill clip just for the extra damage, and I was actually performing much better than when I did have Head Seeker. Just having that flat out bonus damage after every kill was just, you know, it was just a plus for me. Reducing the TTK by not much, from 0.73 to 0.67 on tier 10 resilience. And this perk lineup for me actually felt pretty damn nasty in PvP, which basically means good. But then again, you know, the clunkiness of the handling got to me again. So then in the middle of the matches, I actually switched to a different pulse rifle because I was just tired of this weapon. I just didn't want to use it anymore. I switched to the Aisha's Care, and oh my god, I have an adept Aisha's Care, and this thing just feels so goddamn juicy in the PvP after that rate of fire buff. This weapon just feels so damn good. And I think from now on, I'm just going to be vaulting the Sacred Provenance, to be completely honest with you, and switching over to the Aisha's Care. I've made a video on the Aisha's Care before, but this was before the rate of fire buff. And I'm definitely going to be making another video because this Aisha's Care is just absolutely ridiculous with this new buff that we have here. And I've been actually liking this weapon quite a lot. I do not have the 100% god roll for an Aisha's Care because I'm missing high caliber rounds. You guys know me, I need my high caliber rounds on my weapons, my boys and girls. I just like when the enemy team suffers when I shoot them in the face by the massive amounts of flinch that I cause them. So you could definitely expect a video on the Aisha's Care in the future for sure. But back to the Sacred Provenance, you know, it's not a bad weapon, but I just feel like it gets outperformed by other pulse rifles, you know? You just have to kind of use it in order to experience it. I don't know, it's just these 4-round bursts. I'm not saying that they're bad, but I'm just saying like they require slightly more effort to wield, if that makes any sense. Or maybe that's just me. You normally don't see people using the 4-round burst of pulse rifles in the PvP. You normally see nowadays anyways with the buff, the 2-round burst pulse rifles, and of course the heavy hitting 3-round burst that 2-tap you. And occasionally you see the fast rate of fire pulse rifles. But 4-round burst pulse rifles, you don't really see that too much. There might be a reason behind that because they take a little bit more effort to use. But regardless of all the cons, my dudes, some positives are, of course, this does have some decent range. It has a pretty decent time to kill. Another con of these 4-round bursts is if you're facing people that are strafing a lot, I found it extremely difficult to land the whole burst on a guy when they're strafing. It's just almost ridiculously impossible. There are a few guys that I faced in PvP, mainly hunters, that would just strafe at 100 miles per hour left to right, and it was just almost ridiculously impossible to land my burst on those kids. And one thing to mention about this Head Seeker, I think this Head Seeker that you get on the brand new pulse rifles, I think it's the nerfed version of Head Seeker. What I mean by this is that it doesn't feel as sticky as the previous Head Seeker. If you go back to an older weapon before this season came out, that Head Seeker on that specific weapon is actually more stickier in terms of the aim assist buff than the newer Head Seeker. I don't know, it might just be me, but you definitely got to give it a try. But my boys and girls, that is pretty much it for the Sacred Provenance. Not a bad weapon overall, but honestly, I would choose a different pulse rifle over this pulse rifle, to be completely honest with you. I just feel like this pulse rifle hinders my ability to do extremely well in the PvP versus other pulse rifles, and that's not something that you want. Of course, if you like these 4-round bursts, go ahead and use them, you know, by all means. But for me, my dudes, I'm probably never going to be using this weapon ever again in the PvPs, but that doesn't mean that you don't need to try it. Definitely give it a try and give it a shot and see whether or not you like it. But my dudes, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for coming over and watching. This was the JMPDoubleX. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I am gonna talk to you guys later.
Ah, damn, buddy. Look at the sniper. Look at this lagger. Holy crap. What the heck, bro?